Let's talk about the psychology of the fatal flaw. Tunaambianga kwa psychology, every person you meet will have a fatal flaw. And this goes for everyone. Every house girl you hire, every man you date, every person you work with, all the friends you've ever had. Everyone had a fatal flaw. And the more close you get to someone, the more obvious their fatal flaw becomes to you. Now, a fatal flaw is a katabia kabaya that they have. Like katabia kabaya sana wako nako, but for some reason they don't know it. So such that you can find maybe they are conversational narcissists. They don't let anyone else talk in the conversation and ataka dominate the entire conversation, or they are very controlling, or they are always late, or they have pride, or they lack self-awareness, or just this tutabia that people tend to have. And once you notice it, kanaanza kukuudhi sana. Here's the interesting part. That fatal flaw is not done maliciously or intentionally. Most of the time, even, that person doesn't even know they have that fatal flaw. You can tell them, oh, nakuanga controlling, and they're like, what? Nani? Mimi? Because our fatal flaw, and all of us have it, not just them, even you have it. Our fatal flaw is most of the time is our blind spot. We don't see it. We don't know we have that katabia pabaya. But unfortunately, everyone else around us knows we have that katabia kabaya. So what happens when you start to get close to someone, but somehow their fatal flaws start to become more pronounced and it start to irritate you even more? Remember we said that most people's fatal flaws in a blind spot, they don't know they have it. And if something is in your blind spot, it means most likely you cannot change it. Kama hujui uko na tabia mbaya, you cannot change it because you only know what we know. We can only change what we know. So how do you handle it? When you've noticed the fatal flaw in someone that you love, could be a friend, could be a colleague, could be a partner, you've noticed their fatal flaw and it's beginning to irritate you. How do you handle that? Number one, ask yourself, am I willing to live with this fatal flaw for the rest of my life? Like I've said, it's not going anywhere. Most people do not never change their fatal flaw. So it is here to stay. So am I willing to live with this fatal flaw for the rest of my life? Number two, ask yourself, remind yourself that it is not intentional. We've said it is not malicious, it's not intentional. It's just something that we do and everyone has it. So personalize. Don't personalize the fact that someone is always late or someone is always over complaining or someone is always dominating, something like that. Bebe, don't take it personally. Now, if you're not willing to live like that for the rest of your life, are you willing to cut this person off? So it is a version of ninakubali huyu mtu as they are and I will never try to fix them. I will never complain about it. I will not bitch about it to my other friends that so and so does this, apana. It is either number one, I am accepting you as you come, flaws and all. Wewe na ako katabia kako kabaya, you are mine forever and I love you like that. Oh, number two, I really cannot stand you on a fatal flaw. I cannot stand the fact that you always come late. I cannot stand the fact that you are controlling. I cannot stand the fact that you lack self-awareness. It is affecting my well-being. And because of that, I have to cut you off. That is the only way to deal with the fatal flaw in people. The moment you notice it, now make up your mind. Am I willing to live without complaining for the rest of my life? Or am I going to cut this person off because their fatal flaw is too much for me to handle? Please remember that in the same way everyone has a fatal flaw, everyone also has a redeeming strength. Kila mtu ako na kaubaya kake na kila mtu ako na kauzuri kake. So when you're deciding to let go of someone, you weigh the pros against the cons. Kama ako na uzuri, if someone is 99% good for you, there is no need to cut someone off for that 10% that they're lacking. And on the other hand, if someone sasa amekuwa, you feel like you cannot accept that fatal flaw, you cannot accept it. It is really annoying you. It is unfair to try to change them, to spend your whole life gossiping about them, ama to ikukukasirisha, irritating you. So that point you just let go. Anyway, that's all. Thank you. Bye.